then we're doing the Bijan Robinson game.
Okay.
Which team?
Oh, okay.
Which team will draft Bijan Robinson?
Okay, let's go around the room before we bring him in. Seton, I'll start with you. Where do you think Bijan Robinson will go?
I think it's going to be the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills. What pick do they have?
It's a little further down, so hopefully they trade up.
Okay. Marvin?
I'm going to say the Eagles.
The Eagles.
Wow, that'd be the 10th pick?
Todd?
I was thinking Eagles, too. I think the better story, but I don't think it's going to fall that far, would be the Cowboys.
All right. Paulie?
I wanted to pick Detroit at 18. Ooh. There is no way he gets past the L.A. Chargers at 21. They could use him.
Well, depending on Austin Eckler.
Yes.
Yes, Seton.
I see the Falcons a lot, too.
Okay.
A lot of mocks who've got Falcons.
I'm going to go Cowboys. I'm gonna go Cowboys. Let's bring in the Texas running back and unanimous All-American. All right. Where do you think you're going to go, Bijan?
I don't know. I'm really interested to see where I'm going to go next week. I don't have a say or a pick, but I'm just happy to be wherever who picks me up.
Okay, so no names now, but have you been promised by a team that if you're there when they pick that they're taking you?
I don't know.
No, they have to have told you. Did a team tell you won't get past us?
Team hasn't said that.
Okay.
We know we just been talking.
How many interviews have you done? How many teams you met with?
I've been to two teams. And like for official visits to their city, only two teams.
And those teams are?
The Eagles and the Buccaneers. Those are the two teams I met with. But I've been talking to like a lot of teams on Zoom and stuff and on calls. So, but yeah, those are the two places that I've been.
If somebody hasn't seen you play, how would you describe your style?
Yeah, so for me, I'm a guy that can do everything on the field. You can, really versatile, line me up at receiver, slot, running back, do everything at the same value. And then a guy that can, really make people miss anywhere on the field, create a mismatch with guys on the field and, still be just as effective and even pass blocking, just little things, little nuances. And I think that my vision on the field is the thing that, that I think that I put in my game and pride a lot of in my game. So I guess that would describe me mainly. And
it's good to throw in pass blocking because, that's always good to hear. If a quarterback's like, oh, yeah, and he can pass block. So that's good to have. Who is your player comp? Who are you? People say you remind me of.
I would say LaDainian Tomlinson.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Just styles in our game. Even just what he can do and catching the ball at the backfield and still being effective after the catch. And then obviously his running style, how he, can get from, 0 to 60 really fast while still, in weird situations of trying to break tackles and trying to, create angles for himself. So, and that's what I pride in my game as well. So I think that's the comp that people tend to give me a lot of.
But I wonder about this, that, talking to a scout who said you're a top 5 talent, but you won't go in the top 5.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I understand, what people are thinking and what people say. I believe that any team that gets me is such a blessing. And I know that God's going to put me in the right position, no matter where I'm at. But, I can't think, I can't change what people are thinking. A team has where I'm going to be at and a team knows where I'm going to be at. And if that's in the top 10, if that's not, then it's going to be a blessing either way. So I'm just trying to enjoy the moment and, people are going to have opinions, but, we all don't know. So we're just all going to see, in a week.
Are you a Cowboys fan?
I'm not a team fan. I've never been a team fan. I've always been like a player fan. That's the kind of guy I've been. So I've been a player fan like growing up. My grandpa, he was a Pac-12 official, so he was really he can never be a fan of any team. So he would like bring it in the household of like, y'all, like you don't got to be a fan of nobody. Just pick a player y'all like.
And your dad, grandpa Cleo, so he was there in the Pac-12. You
Yep.
loved Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
How did you not end up at USC?
I mean, just a lot of prayer took me to Texas, but I think that USC was definitely in the cards for me. That was in my top 4, and they actually asked Reggie if I can wear number 5 if I went there, and he approved. He said yeah. So it came down really close, just because like that would have been like a cool story and a cool thing, but I knew I had to go to Texas, man, and I mean it worked out. But USC was definitely in the cards back then.
But also the NIL money. I mean,
Yeah.
you're like the first generation of name, image, and likeness football players. So how does it work when you go to Texas? When do you hear? How do you hear from a company that they want to sponsor you or you're going to endorse their product?
Yeah, so I mean, even just me going to Texas, there's so many resources and so many like brands that are affiliated with the university. And for me, it was when it happened. It all started, in the summer, and my marketing guy Brian Burney, he was a guy that came out and was like, we need to attack this as fast as possible, and that's what we did. So there was a lot of like big brands like Canes and like Verizon that started coming really fast. So we just try to utilize everything to the
Well,
best
when do
of
you get the car? When do you get the sports car?
Okay, so that was last summer. So you mean the Lamborghini deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was last summer. We came together. Me and the guys at that
Did you
Lamborghini
know
shop.
how to drive a Lamborghini?
I did not. But I had to learn real fast.
and then when somebody says we want to have a mustard,
Yeah, so even those guys, I mean, David and Craig, those are the other majority owners of the company. We came together as well and was like, we need to make this mustard a thing, the Bijan mustard, and really in 6 months, it became a huge deal. So it's pretty cool.
he's Bijan Robinson, Texas running back. He's not sure where he's going, but I think he knows where he is going to go, or maybe he wants to go. I get the sense you know where you want to go, but you can't say that. Also, you started out as a running back,
Yep.
and it didn't go well when you first started out playing running back, did it?
Yeah. So it was I was 5 years old, 6 years old, and I started the flag football league, and I started at running back. And my first couple drives, I was running backwards. So I would get the ball and start running backwards.
Wait, you ran in the wrong direction.
Yeah, the wrong direction. I was running to the other team's end zone. So I'd get the ball and immediately run to the other team's end zone.
And you wondered why nobody was chasing you.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good. Nobody's touchdown. And people were tripped, like everybody, they were going crazy. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, go the other way.
Best player you played against?
Best player I played against, I'll probably say Will Anderson. Just how sound he is as a player. He never really misses assignments. So you got to be, really focused in and really hone in on your details playing against a guy like that, because he can start off on the line. He can end up at linebacker. Like you really just don't know where he's going to play at. So I think that he was a guy that really gave us, a huge, especially myself, a huge challenge to get past him. But I think that he's the best one that I've played, in my college career.
I saw on Instagram, your Instagram, you met LeBron back in December.
Yeah. That was
how did that come about?
Yeah, so when I signed with my agency, Clutch, I was in LA, and we, kind of went to the Lakers game, and I mean it was all kind of set up that we met LeBron after the game, and that was just like a huge moment, just because like that's been my favorite player, my guy for all my life. So hearing what he had to say about myself and the respect that he had for my game, and how he watched me in my college career, it was a good moment to hear from I would say the greatest player in my generation to play the game. Just to hear like what he had to say about me, and it was a lot of confidence, a lot of motivation for I'm trying to do in the league as well. So it was pretty cool meeting a guy like that and talking to him for sure.
What kind of football player you think LeBron would make?
I mean, that dude will be a beast. I think he'll be maybe like a tight end receiver, and just absolutely dominate, especially at his size and his speed. It'll be hard to stop him.
Well, we look at a big guy in football.
Yeah.
And then there's a big guy in the NBA. And there's a big difference in those sizes of what's big in the NFL. That could be like, 6'5", 280, where LeBron is 6'9", 270.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and he looks like a receiver. Like he could play a receiver, which is crazy to me. But that's why I think that he would definitely dominate if he played the game for sure.
Well, he was a high school. He was All-State as a tight end or wide receiver.
Yeah, I think receiver.
Yeah, not bad. Do you got the suit picked out?
I do. So I'm actually gonna go try it on today and make sure everything is correct. But it's gonna be a nice surprise.
You know what I would do when you're drafted?
Yep.
Instead of hugging the commissioner,
yeah,
hand him some of your mustard.
That would actually be like pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm okay. See, that's an idea. Okay, I'll go back and
maybe some chicken fingers.
Don't be surprised if it actually happens.
Hey, I'm telling you, that's just next level. I mean, your marketing department, I'm sure, does a good job, but I do a great job.
Wow.
I'm the Lamborghini of marketing, guys, just to let you know.
I believe it too. You just said a deal.
I think it's great. I think do that, and just remember the suit that you wear on draft night. They're going to be looking at that for decades, and you don't want them to look back and go, "Man, what was Bijan wearing?"
Right.
Be clean. Just be clean. No mustard color, and and maybe a tie if you want to give a little acknowledgement to Texas. A little burnt orange if you want.
Okay.
But be clean. And that way it lives on forever. We don't look back and go, man, what was he thinking?
What was this dude wearing?
Yes.
No,
clean. Make sure you're clean.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to tune into the draft. Now, because I know what you're going to do. There's going to be product placement, you and the commissioner, and you're going to go to the Dallas Cowboys, and it's going to be a great story. Going to be a great story. Hey, good luck, okay? And congrats on your success, and we'll be watching on draft night.
Man, I appreciate you for having me on the show, man.
That's Bijan Robinson. First of all, with a name like Bijan, you got to be a star. And unanimous All-American and great first-round grade.